Welcome back. In this week's Boss Lady, we meet a woman who went to school for psychology, but she changed direction when a friend suggested she try culinary school. Now she's the head pastry chef at a popular LA restaurant. Here's Chef Daphne Delone's For a Living story from Refinery 29.
In my history of being in this industry, I've worked in both bakeries and kitchens. I've gone back and forth. In bakeries, there are a lot of women, and so it's definitely more like balanced in that way. But in kitchens, there's definitely more of like men and men energy. Welcome back, Martha. So every day, me and Martha come in the mornings and get everything started. She'll get started on the bread, and I'll get started on pastry production. We'll help each other out when we need it. Also, we'll just decide on what music we're gonna play for the day. She likes rock. No. And Johnny Cash. I like Beyonce. I feel weird saying like, I love Beyonce. Here at Connie and Ted's, I've been working for about 2 years. To get the job, I actually had to do a tasting with the owners, Chef Michael and Donato. In the tasting, I had to make a few different desserts to kind of showcase my talents and my ability to work in a kitchen. And the kitchen was brand new to me, so that was a bit of a challenge. I made a orange cheesecake with the kumquat topping. I made my butterscotch ice cream, which is still on the menu, so I adore that. A typical path and career for baking and pastry, and just in kitchens in general, will probably be like entry level, which you come in and you do production, probably earn about minimum wage, whatever that may be in respective areas. And then you just kind of like keep your head down, work hard, learn things, take direction well, and work well with others. And then you work yourself into a salary position. Starting out in this industry, I think you can expect to make somewhere around minimum wage. I've been in this field for over 10 years, so I am now at a salary position. Here at Connie and Ted's, I make about $80,000. In kitchen, you can do this job with or without culinary school. Of course, with some proper training, you do put yourself at a certain level to be taken a little bit more seriously. But honestly, you can enter into production, and if you work hard enough, you can definitely progress up to a higher position. I personally went to culinary school because I was just honing in on my own interests and seeing what I wanted to do. Everything doesn't happen overnight. You actually have to be patient, work on your craft, work on it at home. A lot of my knowledge is self-taught and practice. I'm also proud of my trajectory in that I get to run my own program here at Connie and Ted's. I decide what goes on the menu. So now I'm gonna show you how I make our sweet potato whoopie pie. All right, we are doing 255 grams of butter. Have to be very precise in baking or else your stuff will come out pretty messed up. For granulated sugar, I need 225 grams of sugar. It's nice to have two different types of sugar. It just puts a little bit more depth into the recipe. All right, now we're gonna just cream our butter and sugar until it's nice and fluffy. Now I'm gonna crack my eggs. 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Vanilla is very expensive, so a gallon costs like 300 bucks. When my butter and sugar is ready, I'm gonna add in the eggs. Wait till they get nice and emulsified in. All right, at this point, we're gonna add in our pureed sweet potatoes. We do get these in fresh, so we just bake them off really nice and then puree them in a food processor. 400 grams, 3/4 of heavy cream. We have all of our spices here. Some cinnamon, some ginger, some nutmeg, salt, then a little leavening, baking powder, baking soda. And then once it's mostly starting to come together, you'll add in your wets. Hands get a little messy. It's all right. The batter is all done. Now we scoop. This is a portion scooper. We use it for ice cream, we use it for cookies, we use it for whoopie pies. Of course, these will expand in the oven, so you're gonna make sure you don't put them too close together. But mostly they should just be going a little bit wide and up. And I'll set my timer, 6 minutes. I would make this sweet potato spice cake a lot for my family and for family events. And for my aunt, she likes it a lot too. So basically, I took that recipe and evolved it into a whoopie pie recipe for the restaurant. A lot of times, if it's just only a few more seconds, I'll wait right here. Beautiful whoopie pies. Kind of look like cookies, but they're just a lot more soft. So for our whoopie pies, we have our cream cheese, buttercream here, which is our filling. Now that they've cooled down to room temperature, we can add our buttercream. So basically for service, how we would do, take a little caliente's paper, wrap it around, then I want to plate just like that. And here's our spicy potato whoopie pie recipe. I feel especially proud of myself when I think about how far I've come, because actually being able to support myself full time with my job and actually doing something for a living that I love and I have a passion for. Oftentimes when I come out, they ask for the pastry chef. They're like, oh, that dessert was so good. Can I speak to the chef? Or can they come out? And I come out and they're like, oh, wow. Especially if it's like someone who does look like me, if it's a Black person, they're very proud. And they're just like so surprised and so proud of me. I almost feel like I just made like a new family member in that moment.
If you are a boss lady or you know one you think should be featured on our show, drop me a line at Andrea@dailyflashshow.com. And if you want to check out our other boss lady segments, just head to our website, dailyflashshow.com.